Hello, my name is Michael Tome, and I'm the head of school at Concordia Lutheran High School, and welcome to the Concordia Lutheran High School video update. So why are we doing these video updates? Well, we would love to continue to keep you updated on the things that are going on at Concordia Lutheran High School. There are lots of things going on at Concordia. We'd love to tell you about them, to give you some updates, to try to answer some questions that are commonly asked of us, and to spread the word about the great things that are going on here at the high school. So, as we begin this year, the first natural question that we get and we want to answer is, what's the enrollment? Well, we just had the official count date, September 14th of 2018, and as of that date, Concordia Lutheran High School has 739 students, thanks be to God. What a wonderful, wonderful blessing it is to have all of these students here at Concordia that we get to interact with, help educate, but also bring the love of Christ to each and every day. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring the love of Christ to them each and every day. We want to reach out to you as our partner congregations, as our families, as our parents, all of those that participate in the ministry at Concordia. We want to bring that love. We want to make sure that you're updated on what is going on here at the high school. So 739, how does that break down? Well, we have 182 freshmen, we have 192 sophomores, 189 juniors, and 176 seniors. That adds up to our number of 739. A couple of things that I think you might find interesting. First of all, as we look at retention rates at Concordia, basically, how many students were here last year that are here again this year? Well, Concordia has averaged about 93 to 94% of what we call absolute retention of our students. That's a good number, it's a high number. And what that means is the specific students that were here last year as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, about 93% of them came back this year, which is good for us. And then we add a whole new crop of freshmen as we wish the seniors well as they graduate and take the next step in their journey that God leads them on. So let's talk about that 182 freshman class. Where did they come from? Well, 158 of them came from a Lutheran grade school. 158, that's about 86% of the freshman class comes from a Lutheran grade school. That's a high number and it's great for us. It talks about the community that we have here and the support that we have from our Lutheran grade schools. Of the association congregations that have Lutheran schools attached to them, we get about 60% of the 8th grade classes to come to Concordia Lutheran High School as freshmen. So that number actually is pretty consistent over the last several years. We're looking at ways, can we bump that up? Can we increase that number? But it's about 60% right now of the 8th grade students of the Lutheran schools that are associated with our member congregations that come to the high school. Another common question we get about enrollment is choice students. How many students do we have that are on the choice scholarship? This year we have 390 students of the 739 that are on a choice scholarship. That is a benefit that the state provides to the family for them to pursue their education here at Concordia Lutheran High School. Of those 390 choice scholarship students, about 50% of them have graduated from a Lutheran school. And so about 50% are benefiting from the choice program that have graduated from a Lutheran school. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a summary of our enrollment, where our students come from, who we rely on. Now, as we project forward, here are the ways in which we look at projecting enrollment. We take a strong look, at the number of 8th graders in our Lutheran feeder schools. Obviously, that's a high impact number for us. But we also get students from around the area as well. From other private schools, from public schools, from schools that would be a little bit further away, outside of the direct city of Fort Wayne, some of the county schools. And then also, every once in a while, we get students from out of state. But we take a look at a projection model and look forward as to what we might see into the future for enrollment. We're currently looking at those models now. And as we move forward in these video updates, we'll be updating you on what our projected enrollment is, not only for next year, but in the next couple of years as we take a look on down from the 8th grade students to the 7th grade students to the 6th grade students, particularly at our Lutheran grade schools. And always, always opening our arms and opening our doors to students that want to be a part of Concordia Lutheran High School and think that this is a great place as we think it is. So that's the enrollment update. Let me tell you again about our service day here at Concordia. So Concordia has a small group ministry program called Koinonia, and every year the Koinonia groups go out into the community and serve. And I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite days at Concordia, because all of our students go out and they interact with members of the community. Service Day this year is going to be October the 5th, and you'll see Concordia Lutheran High School students and adult supervisors go out in the community to serve. And here's some of the places that they'll go. They'll certainly end up at some of our Lutheran grade schools and churches. They'll go to Lutheran Life Villages here in town. They'll go to the American Cancer Society. They'll go to a place called Blue Jacket. They'll go to a number of places like animal care shelters, the zoo, and they'll work on helping people. Turnstone is another opportunity that our students take advantage of to serve other people. It's a great way for us to instill that spirit of service in our students as disciples of Jesus Christ and trying to model His service to those around us. So, if you're out and about that day, take a look for our students. They'll be in their uniform polos, which I know that they love, out there in the community serving as disciples of Christ and trying to make our community a little bit better place. Hello again, and we are here with our Director of Enrollment and Retention, Mrs. Dawn Schuler. So one of the things that we're hoping to do is, through these video updates, introduce you to some of the wonderful folks that serve here at Concordia. And so our first one this year is Mrs. Schuler. And so, Dawn, you're the Director of Enrollment and Retention. Tell us, what's been your path to Concordia? How did you get here?
Okay, well, I went to college at IU Bloomington. I was a townie down there. So I graduated from the Kelly School of Business before it was Kelly in marketing and management. And then came up to Fort Wayne because this is where my husband's from. So from there, worked various jobs in marketing and management. And then after we started our family, ended up working more in the Lutheran Church at St. Paul Gar Creek as secretary, as a youth group director there for a number of years, high school Sunday school teacher. Then when the Lutheran school started putting a position in place for admissions and having an enrollment manager, admissions director, I started at Central Lutheran in New Haven, where my children went to school. And I worked there about 6 or 7 years, then made the transition to the high school, and I was the enrollment manager or enrollment counselor here for 3 years, and then became the Director of Enrollment and Retention for 2 years.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So lots of background in marketing and certainly in enrollment and working with our Lutheran schools here in town. Great. So what's your favorite thing about serving here at Concordia? What do you like the best?
My favorite thing about serving here at Concordia would be just helping people. I think whether it's their first high school student to come through and they're really nervous, have a lot of questions, making it easier for them. Bringing a student in for the first time into Christian education is awesome. That's a great feeling, so it's really fulfilling.
Yeah, great. So now we have all of these people listening, right? So tell us, what should we know about admissions at Concordia Lutheran High School? What should we say?
That it doesn't have to be a scary or difficult process, that I'm here to help. Shonda Rang is the admissions counselor here, and it's real easy to call us or stop in and meet with us. I mean, I literally will help you fill out the application here if it's something that is confusing or daunting for a family. Financial aid and scholarships are available, so if families are feeling like, I don't know, I've heard a lot of things about it's too expensive at Concordia, definitely put in your application, fill out your paperwork, your scholarships, and see if what's here for you, what you can get to help you out, because you'd be surprised.
Yeah, thanks. Lots of wonderful opportunities here at Concordia. Thanks, Dawn, for spending some time with us. An introduction to the group out there. We certainly hope that if you're thinking of Concordia, give Dawn a call or Chandra. They'd love to help you, and we'd love to have you be a part of Concordia Lutheran High School and the wonderful Christ-centered education that we offer here. Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you.
Last update that I want to get to you, and certainly it is a hot topic around town. Concordia Lutheran High School has been looking at what we're going to do from a future standpoint. Where are we going to be? What's our location going to be? Well, Board of Directors has decided 1601 St. Joe River Drive is where we're going to do ministry. And what a blessing that is to have that direction and have that focus going forward. So what do we do now? Well, we take a look at 1601 St. Joe River Drive and the current facilities that we have and say, how do we improve them? What upgrades are needed? What space is needed? What facilities do we need to enhance our programs, to make sure that our programs are supported, to make sure that the quality of our facilities match the quality of our programs? And so that's the program that we're engaging in right now. We're talking to people, we're bringing in folks that do this and can help guide us in that process and help us answer those key questions. So what that means is, over the next few weeks and months, you may get contacted to ask what your opinion is. And then as we make those decisions, we're certainly going to be asking our community to help us as we move forward. To upgrade Concordia Lutheran High School's facilities, to make sure, again, that we're providing the very best and excellent Christ-centered education that we possibly can for the students and families that are a part of Concordia Lutheran High School. So hey, thanks for joining me on this update video. You can expect these about once a month, and we're certainly excited to connect in this way. God's blessings to you, and go K-Dats.